Okay, so first of all, I want to talk about a web building company and hosting company called Be Online. I'm going to suggest that all auto locksmiths and locksmiths do avoid using Be Online. I will explain why. When you make initial contact with Be Online, you speak to somebody in the UK, which gives you the impression that the company that you're dealing with are based in the UK. Certain aspects of that company are based in the UK, but what I didn't know is that the moment that they put the phone down and you've entered into an agreement with them, they then pass everything over to South Africa. I got an email from a lady in South Africa who was building my website. And first of all, what confused me was that when I was talking to her, she didn't really understand the concept of my business. She didn't understand the people I was targeting. She didn't understand the areas that I was targeting because she was based in South Africa. Contact was through email. On the rare occasion I did speak to her, it was difficult to understand each other. And I felt that I'd been led down the garden path by Be Online into believing that they were in the UK. Once the website was set up, what I found even more difficult was that when I was contacting Be Online to make an amendment or an adjustment to my website, it was taking them up to a week to get back to me from South Africa. So if I needed putting on my website on the Tuesday and it was now Sunday, it wasn't possible because they were taking a week to reply to your emails. It was an absolute shocking service. And I know that Be Online or people that work for Be Online do target locksmiths and auto locksmiths. Do not go with Be Online. Do not waste your money. I will explain along this video now why you need to look for somebody else and the reasons for looking for somebody else. So I'll explain that to you now. Okay, let's talk about having a website built. I mean, first of all, there's nothing better than recommendations. So if you can speak to other locksmiths and find out how they've done theirs, obviously that's a good thing. Secondly, you can obviously try and build your own. There are many website based applications out there. I suppose Wix is the most famous, where you can use drag and drop and build your own website. There are also many people out there that are offering their services. What I would say to you is that when you're having your website built, whether it's by an individual or a company, that individual and company are based in the UK and that you're able to pick the phone up and speak to them. You don't want to have a service where everything is done by email and you can't physically speak to the people that have designed your website or the person that's designed your website. There are many times when you will need to speak to them because you'll need things doing fairly quickly. It might be that you are going on holiday and want to post that on your website. It may be that you're ill and need to post on your website that you're not working for the next so many days. It could be promotions. You could be offering 10% off, 20% off. So you need to be able to pick the phone up and speak to somebody in the UK. Never pick a company that use outside sources around the world like Be Online do. They take all your information in the UK and then ship it out to South Africa. The problem with somebody being somewhere else in the world and designing your website is they don't understand the concept of your business in Great Britain. They don't understand the areas that you're targeting, the people you're targeting, the cars or the locks that you're targeting. So it becomes very difficult really, because they're not able to give you 110%, which is what you want. So obviously I can't understand somebody's product or somebody's business concept if they're based in Brooklyn in America, or if they're based in Texas in America. How can I build a website in the UK for somebody that's selling cattle in Texas? It's impossible, because I don't understand their country, their culture, their concept. So if you're looking for somebody to build your website, make sure that the company or the people or the person that you're using is based in the UK, and that you're able to pick the phone up and speak to them rather than doing everything by email. Also, the other reason is that if you decide to use Google AdWords, then there is something called Google Analytics. Now, what Google Analytics does is it enables you to have a look and see when people are clicking into your website what they're doing. Are they clicking in and straight out, which is called bounce back? Are they clicking in? What are they looking at? Are they sending you messages? Are they ringing you? It basically gives you the data so you can see what you're spending your money on, or where your money is going with Google AdWords. And again, to put that on, you need to add a little bit of code, and to do that you're better off speaking to somebody in the UK. So that would be my advice to you, is to find somebody in the UK. Okay, so the next thing is that once you've built, or once you've had your website built, the next question to ask is who is going to host that website in order that it can be seen on the internet. When looking for a hosting company, what's important is that you look for a hosting company with a server that is based in the UK. Most hosting companies will have servers based around the world: Italy, America, Brazil, different places. So why is it important to ask if their server is in the UK? We are all used to Wi-Fi, we're all used to iCloud, but unfortunately data from servers still comes down a data cable under the ocean, under the Atlantic, under the Pacific. It still comes down a data cable. So if you can imagine that you have a customer based in London, he clicks on your website, but your server is in America, that information that he's looking for would not be as quick to get to him as it would if the server was based in the UK. You can look that up on the internet. It will tell you why it is best to have a server in the UK. It's also better because when you choose your hosting company, you need a hosting company again that are based in the UK, and a hosting company that you can speak to on the phone. A lot of hosting companies don't have a contact number. They just have an email address. You contact them with a query, they raise the ticket, and they get back to you when you get to the top of that queue. And often when they answer you, you've obviously got a question, so then you've got to raise another email, another ticket, and something that could have been resolved over the phone in 5 minutes can take up to a week. So when looking for a hosting company, there are two things that you're looking for: a hosting company with a contact phone number, and a hosting company that has a server based in the UK. That is very, very important. There are many things when you take hosting. So as an example, why it's important to be able to pick the phone up. It's said that at the moment that Google will only promote secure websites, and you secure that website through your hosting company. So you might need to pick the phone up and say, I need to secure my website, and you'll usually see that because there's a little lock, like a little padlock in the corner of the browser. I need to secure my website, and you need to be able to pick the phone up and speak to them. So again, when finding a hosting company, find a hosting company that's based in the UK. Find a hosting company that have a contact number so you can speak to them, and find a hosting company that has a server that is in the UK. And if you can do that, then great. Again, maybe ask recommendations, speak to people, friends who are locksmiths, auto locksmiths. But that's my advice. Okay, so let's talk very quickly just about cost. In terms of having a website built, if you get someone to build that website for you, it's my opinion that it will cost you between £100 and maybe £1,000. And you might think, why is there such a great difference? You could probably get somebody who is sat in the bedroom, working from home, drinking Coke all day, and popping Haribo, and they will probably build a website for you that is fairly decent for £100, £150. You may go to somebody a bit more professional who will use Photoshop, will use WordPress, will perhaps put some search engine optimization within your website. They may charge you £500, and a top company out there might charge you £1,000. It's my opinion, really, that I think anything between £100 and £500 for a website is probably about right. But again, it's about getting recommendations, asking other locksmiths, auto locksmiths who have done theirs. With regards hosting, you'd be looking at anything between £10 and £20 a month, depending on what kind of hosting package that you got, but certainly no more than £20 a month, and I certainly wouldn't pay any more than £500 initially for a website. And hopefully, as I say, you can find some young teenager or young adult sat in his bedroom all day playing Space Invaders, popping Haribo, that might have the time to go online and use one of the drag and drop things and do you a decent website for £100. So ask around. That's the best advice.